Hello. Today's talk is on the Battle of Cannae, which took place on August 2nd, 216 BCE, on the east coast of Italy. Roman and Carthaginian interests on the whole of the Mediterranean had for a long time created poor relations between these two great powers. In 220 BCE, the map of the Mediterranean looked like this, with the great empire of Carthage controlling North Africa and Spain, and with Rome controlling Italy and Sicily. The battle was between the Roman forces, led by the two consuls, those are the Roman political leaders, and the Carthaginian forces, led by the legendary Hannibal Barca, the general that nearly brought Rome to its knees. The Carthaginian army, although well disciplined, is somewhat under strength. Hannibal had set out from Spain 2 years earlier with an army of 38,000 infantry, 8,000 cavalry, and 37 war elephants. After his famous crossing of the Alps, he arrived in what is now northern Italy with only 20,000 infantry, 4,000 cavalry, and a handful of elephants. The Alpine traverse had lost him half of his army. The remaining troops would have been tired and demoralized after the journey. Hannibal swelled his army with Gallic tribesmen who had only recently been subdued by the Romans, and continued south into the Italian heartland. After 2 successful battles against the Roman army, he plans another, but is up against one of the most powerful forces Rome has ever fielded. This massive Roman army is controlled by consuls Paulus and Varro, both ambitious men who are keen to destroy Hannibal, and though they are weary of his ability, they severely underestimate him. The Roman army contains their citizen soldiers, who are well disciplined but not yet the indestructible fighting force that the legions eventually become. All the same, they are confident because their army numbers some 86,000 men, more than 35,000 more than Hannibal's force. The Carthaginians are at an advantage because their army contains 18,000 cavalry, while the Romans only have about 6,000. The Romans are aware of Hannibal's tactical skill, and hoping to avoid him being able to use it, they simply form their huge infantry force, about 80,000 men, into a large block that they will simply charge and break the weaker Carthaginian infantry with, while the Roman cavalry hold off the Carthaginian horsemen. This huge block of Roman infantry advanced towards the centre of the Carthaginian lines, which are made up of the less reliable Gallic and Iberian mercenaries and light infantry. On either flank, the cavalry move up to engage. Hannibal has arranged his troops in a very unconventional manner, not lining them up in a straight, flat line to receive the Roman advance. The huge block of Roman infantry hit the Carthaginian line, which immediately appears to buckle. Out on the wings, the cavalry have begun to fight it out. The battle seems to be going well for the Romans, who are pushing the light infantry back and back, bending the Carthaginian line. However, the Romans are starting to falter in the cavalry battle against superior numbers and quality. When the Carthaginian line is at its weakest, bent back like a bow, the Carthaginian general proves his worth as a truly great strategist. Hannibal orders his expert Libyan infantry, men trained to fight in the Greek phalanx formation, to swing round and close in on the Roman flanks. At the same time, the Roman cavalry break and flee, destroyed by the Carthaginian cavalry force, which now move in and charge the back of the Roman infantry block, now isolated and hemmed in on every side. At this point in the battle, many of the Roman infantry are so crammed in together that they don't even have room to swing their swords, let alone respond to the rain of javelins and arrows that now fall on them. From now until the end of the battle, which is horrifically one-sided in favour of Hannibal, the rate of Roman deaths is about 400 per minute. The Carthaginians show no mercy. Both of the Roman commanders are killed, as are about 30% of the Roman governing body, the Senate, who were accompanying the army. In one fell sweep, a generation of Roman soldiers, as many as 50,000, their current political leaders and a third of the senators are massacred. Hannibal and his army leave with less than 10,000 dead. The effect of the slaughter of Cannae was that the Romans completely changed their tactic in fighting Hannibal. After 3 crushing defeats, they simply fought a war of attrition. Eventually, the Romans brought the battle to Africa, and Hannibal was forced to return to defend his homeland, where, many years later, at Zama, he was eventually defeated, and Rome freed to control the Mediterranean.